This is Joe Durker, owner and operator of First Harvest Farm Management, located in Pittsfield, Illinois. We're here tonight at our First Harvest Farm Management competitive seed comparison plot, where we have 12 different hybrids with 3 different biologic replication trials to evaluate the benefit of in-furrow applied biologics in comparing yield for corn. First, a little bit about our plot. The agronomy this year, we took soil tests in the spring of 2019 conducted by RPM Soils LLC, and those are soil tests that are taken in anticipation of this current year's crop. We found that our pH was running right at 6.1. That's adequate for a third-year corn crop. Organic matter in this particular field is just under 3%, and the soil tests indicated that we had adequate potash and phosphorus levels for the 2020 corn crop. We did apply 50 pounds of potash with sulfur in order to provide adequate nutrition for the crop. We spring applied anhydrous ammonia in the NH3 form with 215 pounds of actual N applied in late March. The test plot was planted April 21st, and shortly after planting we came back with our first pass of our chemical program, which included Halex GT, atrazine, and a little bit of Warrior insecticide. Our second pass, about 3 weeks later, contained Callisto, atrazine, Roundup, and then we followed up right at tassel with our fungicide aerially applied, and that was the Miravis Neo product from Syngenta, along with Warrior insecticide and the Talix adjuvant. I want to thank the Whitetail Properties Real Estate LLC and November Studios LLC crew, including Paul Johns and Ryan Hill, for the excellent effort and work in putting this presentation together. A little bit about our plot. In 2020, we evaluated the opportunity to test various biologics, and we have our 12 hybrid seed corn partners that are in the plot this time, and each hybrid is planted in 4 different replications, 1 replication with no benefit of the biologic, and then 3 following replications, one with the TerraSym 408 product from New Leaf Symbiotics. Another replication is Valent USA Myco-Apply Endoprime, and then finally Loveland Chemicals, which provides the Accomplish LM biologic product. Our cooperators on this plot is Earl and Vicki Phillips, and we're very grateful for their work, as well as to Edgewood Farms LLC, who is the landowner. We invite anyone that is viewing this video to text or email me at joe@fhfm.biz or to my cell phone at 217-248-1214, and we'd be happy to provide harvest results once the plot is harvested in approximately 6 weeks. Again, this is Joe Durker, and I thank you very much for participating in our 2020 virtual plot tour for First Harvest Farm Management, LLC. Thank you.
I'm Jeanette Porter, and I'm owner of RPM Soils, and we've been in business since 2016, and I've worked with Joe for several years on several of his farms, and we do the fertility work on this plot. We started it back before it was even a plot, so we've worked on it for several years. And this year we were talking to him about doing a little more, since he's turned it into a plot, to decide whether our fertility program is doing well or not. We're taking some tissue samples. So at about the V3 to V4 stage, we will pull the whole plant when they're smaller, and then we will determine send those into the lab and determine whether or not those nutrient levels look decent, or if we think we need to change a few things in our fertility program. This year, when we pulled those tissue samples at the beginning, things were a little low on the phosphorus, but everything else was in good shape. So when we pulled those, it was muddy and cold at the beginning of the season. Starting out, we had a little bit of rough growing conditions, so I think that's why we were seeing some low phosphorus levels, because the soil tests are showing that we did have plenty of phosphorus out there. So the soil can have plenty of nutrients in it, but the weather can affect how much the plant takes up. So we're looking into that. And then we also pulled a soil health test while we were taking these whole plant tissue samples to show how the soil microbiology is and how it is, and looking and how the CO2 measurements are in the soil, because that tells you how much the microorganisms are working in the soil. So if you have a high number, then you know that your soil microorganisms are working well and they're doing a good job, and we know that we're on the right track with our fertility program and how we're managing the farm. Also, that soil health test will tell you how many, it tells you your phosphorus and your potassium and your micronutrients, and shows what's available that day. So we can take that test and compare it to our tissue test and see if we're seeing any low deficiencies in the soil, or if we're in good shape, and why the tissue test would look the way they did. So things looked pretty well when we were looking at that and making comparisons, and the soil health in this plot is in really good shape. The carbon to nitrogen ratios are very balanced and good, so we know that we're on the right track when we're starting things out. That's the gist of what we did. When I pulled the tissues, we have 3 different biologicals in this trial, so I stayed within each biological and I pulled 4 separate tissue tests. So I pulled one in the non-treated area, I pulled another one in the micro-apply, and I pulled another one in the accomplish, and I also pulled one in the terrasim, so that we could compare the products and see if we saw any differences. And I stayed within the same hybrid. That way, different genetics can pull up nutrients differently. So I made sure and stayed in the same hybrid. That way we were making sure that there weren't any differences in that to make a difference in the test. And I also came back on a second time at tassel. And I came back at tassel because that's when your ear leaf, which I have here, has pulled up the most nutrients. So you will see on the test the highest levels you want to see. And if you wait much after tassel to pull your ear leaf tissues, then the grain is pulling the nutrients from the leaf, so you're going to get low levels and it could look like you're having some deficiencies. So it's a very timely test that you want to hit right at tassel at that point when you're pulling those. And I also pulled a soil health test at that time as well, and I used the same sampling strategies and came back to the same area as I did when we were pulling at the V3 to V4 stage. And what I saw was levels were in good shape, and we were right in the middle of our sufficiency ranges. So we were doing good, and the program that we're doing seems to be working well here, and just it shows that it gives us a report card of, hey, we're doing pretty good on this fertility program. So it was good to see, and I have high hopes for the plot. I think it looks good.
I'm Max Steinbaker, crop specialist at Prairieland FS. I'm from the Chambersburg Prairie area, so kind of native around here. We're standing here at Joe's plot with DeKalb 6594. DeKalb 6594 is a smart stack hybrid that offers a below and above ground traits. 6594 is a great hybrid all around. Broad adaptability across many acres. It's great on the tougher acre. I would say a top hybrid if you're looking for a smart stack hybrid on the tougher acre. So Great grain quality, just a great all-around hybrid. It's something I'd like to see on everybody's farm. At Prairie Land FS, we offer more than just your seed needs, fertility, chemical, anything that you need, we can help you with. Lastly, I'd just like to thank Joe for letting us be a part of this, being out here when the plot was planted and helping with that and letting us be a part of the whole thing. We really appreciate that. And if you need anything, be sure to call your local crop specialist at FS.
My name is Randy McCaskill, and I'm with Burris Seed out of Orangeville, Illinois. And I'm account manager for Adams and Pike County and been with them for 5 years. We're excited about being a part of the First Harvest plot this year again. Joe always brings us some good ideas of how to use multiple different types of applications in order to see what works best with which hybrid. This year we're bringing you the 7W63. It's an AM product. It's a 115-day product. It's a corn board traded product. We've had it for 2 years. It's been really a powerhouse for us, and we're really excited about it being in this plot. This product is one of our very highest grain quality products, and also has a tremendous test weight, which ends up and creates yield for us. It is a flex ear, which you can plant according to your land type and cap your seed cost by doing that. We like to place this product on medium to higher quality ground because it does have the potential of pouring out a great yield. The stalk strength is one of its highlights that we have in it, and also is very good on drought tolerance. We also have the Don Mario bean, that soybean that has, we're going to have a good supply of Enlist E3 and the Extend beans this year. If you have any questions about this hybrid or any other hybrid, my number is 217-242-1262, and like I said, we're out of Orangeville, Illinois. Our plant's right there, and you can even go through the plant at times to see the extra steps they take to get great seed quality to you as a producer.
I'm Tony Crowder from Atlas, Illinois. I take care of Pike County, Illinois. My wife, Mary Ann, and my son, Jake Crowder, they all help us with the seed business. We're a family operation with the dealership, and we've been with Channel now for 10 years since the start of it, and we've been selling seed corn in Pike County for about 17 years. This will be our 18th year going into it. We'd like to thank Joe and all of them for letting us have the opportunity to show our products off in the plot here at the First Harvest again. So this evening I'd like to talk to you about the hybrid we decided to have in there is our 216-36, and it's a 116-day hybrid, and it has good flex to it and all that. So that's the reason that we chose this hybrid for our entry this year. We have a new 113-day 93 hybrid to have you guys take a look at, and it's the same. It's a good healthy product that'll go on corn or just following a continuous rotation behind corn beans and corn beans. And the other hybrid we're going to have everybody look at this year is a 217-76. It's a 117-day hybrid. It's for the big yields and the long maturing corn. We have some good high hopes for that particular hybrid. It'll be a little bit taller. It'll be a medium tall height. The ear placement will be around waist high, so it should be really good for us, but the plant health on that hybrid seems to be really good for us. And I know everybody's had some questions and stuff on the beans this year. We are going to have a Extend Flex. As far as I know, everything they've got telling me that we're going to have it. We're going to start selling it here in about 30 days from now. They're waiting on just a few more approvals, but they don't see any problem with that. And that is going to be a Liberty with a dicamba trait in it. It is not a 2,4-D, so we're going to have about 3 or 4 hybrids for it's going to fit in our area here. We got a 3721, we've got a 4020, and we've got a 4121 hybrid that we'll be taking a look at. We're still going to have our 3718's Extend bean. That's been our #1 seller. So with that in mind, we'd like to have you keep us in mind here when you start doing your early ordering. We continue wanting to have your business very much. Jake and I and Marianne strive to try to be really good seedsmen for you and everybody else. So we'd like to thank everybody for letting us come out this evening, and thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Brian Turstrup. I'm the Market Development Agronomist with Nutrient Ag Solutions, covering the West Central Illinois and Missouri Division. I'm here today to talk to you about one of our Dynagrow corn offerings. Hybrid D52VC15 is one of our newer hybrids that shows great plant health throughout the field. In almost every plot that I've walked this year, it is one of, if not the healthiest plant that I've seen in our plots. It is a medium height plant with fairly semi-upright leaves. With those semi-upright leaves, you can push a higher population because of the semi-determinate ear type. And with that, 32 to 34,000 is what I would recommend in this area for population on this hybrid. The plant health leads to late season stalk stability and good green stayness that will help you with a later harvest if you have to go that direction. The good roots will also hold on to it and keep it standing so that you can get your combine through it as well. If you have any questions about any of our Dynagrow products, I ask that you get a hold of one of your Nutrient Ag Solutions sales representatives or myself. We would be more than glad to help you select more products for your farm to get you better yields. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brian Mansfield with Wiffles Hybrids. Today we're here at the First Harvest Farm Management Competitive Seed Plot. I would like to thank Joe Durker for doing this plot. It's a great opportunity to see multiple hybrids. Before I get into discussing our entry here, I'm going to comment about the 2020 class of hybrids that Wiffles Hybrids released. In this class, we've got several new 111 to 117 day hybrids. These hybrids all have varying characteristics, from that tough acre to those highly managed acres where you want to go for big yield. Be sure this fall to discuss those hybrids with your local seed reps. Ask them how they can fit on your farm and how to place them. So our entry in this plot is W8936. This is a 117-day drought guard, and I want to tell you how this hybrid should fit on every farm. For one, it's got all the agronomic characteristics that a farmer is going to look for. We have excellent early vigor, early emergence, rapid canopy closure. So this is going to be one of those hybrids you can go out, plant first, and it's going to take off and it's going to get going. It's not going to stall out when we hit that cold weather. It's going to just keep right on rolling through it. Being 117 day, it does flower like a 111-day hybrid. We flower early. That's part of this hybrid's advantage that it brings. We have a longer grain fill period. That's excellent for packing in those late season rains, the nice August weather we have right now. I think that's where this hybrid gets its extra yield punch. Now, as we're looking at $3 corn, everybody wants to know fungicide, no fungicide. One of the great things about this is how healthy this hybrid is. We have an excellent gray leaf rating. So this is one of those where if you want to go after extra bushels, it's not okay to spray a fungicide. But if you want to pass on the fungicide, it's not necessary on this hybrid. We also have excellent late season stay green and stalk quality. So another way to look at that is late season plant health and integrity. This is a hybrid that you can leave out there to the last field. If you've got a dryer, by all means, get it when you're ready. But you could go out, plant, or let it dry later in the field, and it'll still be standing, and those bushels will be there whenever you're ready to get them. So to recap how this hybrid fits on the farms, we've got early emergence, early vigor, excellent plant health, and then that late season standability. So whenever you're ready to harvest, this hybrid will be ready for you. So be sure this fall to ask your local seed reps how this hybrid can play a role on your farm. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Isaac Whitaker from Logan Agri Service in Griggsville. I've been with the team at Logan's for about 3 years full time now, so just kind of getting started in the retail industry. So Logan's has 4 locations now. We just added 2 the last year. We have obviously Griggsville, Illinois, Winchester, Illinois, Paris, Missouri, and LaBelle, Missouri. So we're a growing business, adapting, going with the industry. So it's a little background on Logan Agri Service. So the hybrid I'm here to talk about today is Lewis 15DP 899. So this hybrid, just a little background on it and why it's here in this plot. It is a good hybrid for corn on corn. It does very well on good soils, but if you can moderate your population, it can go about anywhere. So it's pretty much good all around. It is a double pro and a smart stack hybrid, so it gives you some versatility there. The special thing about this hybrid is it's a top tier hybrid for Lewis. It is Lewis Hybrid's Field product. So what that means is it's going to have early season vigor. It's got really great stalk and root strength, and it's one of those products you can come in early and plant. In today's world, that's kind of the way farming's going, and these bigger farms like to get going early. So it helps there, and it's got a great defense portfolio for diseases, and that's kind of the great thing about this product. It's not necessarily a defensive hybrid, but it has all those aspects and then still brings yield to the table. So it's got excellent yield, has some flex in its ear, so it's gonna hit everything you want to see in a hybrid. So that's kind of the rundown on the hybrid, and I just wanted to say thanks to Joe and everybody that's been involved with this plot.
My name is Brian Weimer. I'm the technical team agronomist for LG Seeds. I've been with the company for about 5 years now, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about LG 5618. This 112-day corn hybrid has been a very large volume product for the LG Seeds brand, simply from the track record that it's had and the performance that we've seen out in the field. So again, this 112-day corn hybrid, available in 3 different options. This is in a conventional, a double pro, and a smart stack, so it gives us a lot of different trade options to go across a lot of different fields and a lot of different acres. So one of the things that we really like about this hybrid is it's got a very nice agronomic package. So it has very nice stalks, very good root system, and also carries a very good health package late into the season. And so one of the things that we really pride ourselves with this hybrid is when we look at the grain quality with it. It gives us very good grain quality, very high test weight, and has also made its way onto a lot of specialty markets as well, including H&B. So it gives us, again, that broad acre portfolio to go across a lot of those different soil types, but also gives us some marketing options as well as we start looking to market this corn crop. So one of the things to keep in mind when we start looking at placement is we do want to keep this on some of our better drained soils. And so especially when we get in some of those higher productivity environments, when we start putting this on some of our better drained soils, we start getting that real good top end potential with this product. So the other thing to think about as we get closer to harvest too, is that in the smart stacks trait, this is going to act more like 113, 114 day when we start looking at the dry down aspect. So keep that in mind as we get closer to that harvest season. But definitely a nice product, goes across a lot of different acres, and definitely one to keep in the lineup as we move into next year. So if you guys have any questions about some of the products that we have to offer, feel free to reach out to any of your LG Seeds dealers out in the field or myself, and you can find that on the LG Seeds website, which is lgseeds.com. Thank you guys for listening.
Good morning, everyone. Tim Lee with Golden Harvest. Been with Golden Harvest for about 13 years, covering 6 counties here in Western Illinois, and appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this video, and appreciate Joe and First Harvest Farm Management for putting on this virtual plot tour today. Want to talk a little bit about one of our hybrids that we have here in the plot, G14N11. It's a 114-day hybrid. And just kind of want to walk through with you where we would place that and some of the attributes of this particular hybrid here in the field. So getting started from the ground up, 14N11 has very strong emergence, very good early vigor. So it's a hybrid we can plant early and be confident that we're going to get that stand that we desire. When you look at the trait package that's on this hybrid, it is our 5222 trait package, which is dual mode of action above and below ground, featuring AgriSure Duracade, which is the newest rootworm trait on the market. And we're very proud that this particular trait stack includes the 2 rootworm traits that it includes are both Syngenta rootworm traits. So the original Syngenta AgriSure RW and the new AgriSure Duracade. So not using any below ground traits from any other company. When we look at this hybrid and where we would place it, we're wanting to place this on average to better dirt. About the only place that we want to stay away from is anything with a really light organic matter situation, so your lighter timber soils, but it will fit about anywhere else. It will handle corn on corn very well with its agronomics, and it will also be one of those hybrids that will respond to a fungicide. So if that's something that you use as part of your normal program, this hybrid would be a good fit along with that. When we look at as the growing season goes along, you're looking at a plant that's just going to be average height, not a lot of extra material out there. So again, good choice corn on corn. Also handles poorly drained soils very well. So all around a hybrid that we can put in a lot of different situations, fully protected on the insect side, and top end yield potential out of this new set of genetics from Golden Harvest. So again, appreciate your time and your interest in the plot here today.
Hi, I'm Dusty Morrow. I'm the Territory Manager with Pioneer Seed and Corteva Agriscience here in West Central Illinois. I want to say thanks to Joe and crew for having us out here today to take part in this virtual plot tour. Kind of a unique way of doing things with today's situation going on. It's really excited to be here, and it's a neat way to do this, so really going to enjoy it. I'm here to talk about our hybrid entry. Our hybrid entry in the lineup here this year is Pioneer 1108Q. That's a Chrome platform product. That Chrome is our new rootworm event. Essentially, that's a single insertion point, so it cleans up a lot of yield ripples that we had with our other events. So we're really excited about the genetic horsepower that this event will unlock for us that we weren't able to touch before. Just a lot cleaner way of doing it, and doesn't have those yield ripples, like I said. So this is a 111-day product. Really excited about it. It's only in the Chrome lineup right now, but it is a very agronomically strong product, but also has that high top end yield potential, which typically is hard to find a hybrid that does both of those. Strong agronomics, but also has that ability to run high in those high yield environments. This one is compared to our benchmark product. We've been looking for about 3 years in our internal research and data, and it's showing double-digit improvements over our 1197 platform, which most of you are very familiar with. That's been a very solid hybrid on a lot of acres for us, had a very solid performance. And when we saw this thing coming through R&D, double digits improvement, we're pretty excited about that. This is our first year commercial launch with it. We've gotten a lot of trials, and we've sold quite a bit of it. It's on a pretty big footprint here in West Central Illinois, so we're excited to see the results. Anytime that we have something against our benchmark product that's performing that well, we're excited about it. So just a little bit more about our company. Pioneer is an American-owned seed company. It's been in business since 1926. We offer a lot of different things for the Corteva acre. We marry that together with our True Choice offer from our Corteva crop protection side. If you're interested in learning more about that, just talk to your local Pioneer seed rep. They can fill you in on how to do the Corteva acre footprint, where you can tie your crop protection piece together with your seed. There's also a granular digital offer that allows you to have a digital experience with our company, Pioneer Seeds, and then second to none agronomy. So just a very solid American agriculture company. So appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Once again, Isaac Whitaker here from Logan Agri-Service in Griggsville. I just wanted to say thanks to Joe and everybody that's been a part of the plot. I'm here to talk about AgriGold's number A6659. This hybrid is 116-day, does it exceptionally well on corn situations. Another thing about this hybrid is it does well in narrow rows. So there's a lot of guys in the area going to 20-inch rows in corn, so this would be a suitable hybrid. Another great thing about it is its grain quality and test weight. If you're looking for a high quality product, this is the one for you. If you're looking to manage a corn hybrid and be rewarded well, this is one for you. Split applications of nitrogen and fungicide are great for this product, and it will reward you.
Hi, I'm Michael Risley with Beck's Hybrids. Been with Beck's for 4 years now. First, I'd just like to thank Joe and the First Harvest Farm Management team for giving us the opportunity to put our hybrid 6374 Double Pro into the plot this year. Now, like I said, it is a Double Pro, so typically a corn-on-corn situation would not be ideal, but I wanted to really wanted to get it into the plot this year, so I think we only got 22 bags in my dealership, and I give one of them to Joe to put in the plot. I would expect this year and in coming years it's probably going to be in my top 2 or 3, if not the top selling hybrid for my dealership. Really outstanding top yield potential, just a good package all around. Emergence is good, early vigor is great, disease package is tremendous on it. It truly is a go anywhere hybrid as far as soil types, drainage, and management styles. you know, it's not picky on its efficiencies. You can go out there and put all the nitrogen on in one shot, and it'll stay right at the top of the pack. Or if you're a high management guy that wants to split your applications, do some fungicide stuff, it's going to reward you in those investments. So it really will probably fit anybody, especially you know, kind of in our geographies around here. So again, I'd like to thank Joe and First to Harvest Farm Management for giving us the opportunity to get into the plot this year, and have a good fall.
This is Ryan Booten, the area agronomist with New Tech Seeds. I want to talk to you about a new 111-day hybrid called 71F5. This hybrid will fit most of Illinois. It's a hybrid that can go on your highest yielding, highest fertility, and the most productive soils that you have. We offer this in an AM, which is just above ground protection only, and we also offer it in a chrome, which is above and below ground protection. This hybrid can go corn on corn, or it can go first year corn. Very excited about this product. Please take a look at 71F5 in the 2020-21 season. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name's Dave Weaver. I represent New Leaf Symbiotics out of St. Louis, Missouri. That's a name that you've never probably heard before. 2020 is our first commercial year, and this company was formed in 2013. So a little bit of background, this is a biologicals company. We specialize in one particular bacteria called pink facultative methylotrope bacteria. For short, we call that M-trophs. To this point in time, 12,000 different strains of methylotropes have been identified, and the gene mapping of over 3,000 of those have occurred. So that's pretty encouraging. This particular methylotrope that's demonstrated here today across all 12 hybrids and seed brands that are demonstrated is now available in the marketplace. We are very happy with our first year of putting into the marketplace 350,000 acres across Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa. Now that includes both corn and soybean products. One of the things that has occurred, this is a research-based company, and the background to bring us here today is between 2016 and 2019, over 310 trials have occurred that demonstrate its efficacy in the marketplace. That being, on 75% of those trials, we were able to demonstrate an average yield increase of over 6 bushel. And whatever hybrid and brand you choose, ultimately what you're looking for is a higher yield. And we're here to demonstrate that for you here today. Things that we can bring to you besides yield, we can show you increased roots, more root tips, bigger girth of the stalk, and better growth. Ultimately relating to better yields, which is why you would buy the product at all. So we're pretty happy with that. Again, look for us on the web, New Leaf Symbiotics. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, etc. I'll jump into the soybean product just a little bit. That's Terrasim 401. That is a seed treatment for soybeans. Very similar numbers, a different methylotrope, but over the course of that same 2016 through 2019, over 350 trials have occurred across the Midwest. That demonstrated a win ratio of 72% and a yield increase of over 3 bushel per acre consistently. Again, demonstrating better roots, better above vegetative growth, but ultimately delivering a better yield to you, the grower. Those numbers are so strong, look for a program in the marketplace called the Satisfaction Promise by New Leaf Symbiotics. We're willing to stand behind that claim financially. Again, my name's Dave Weaver, New Leaf Symbiotics, St. Louis, Missouri. Glad to be here today.
Hi, my name is Brian Turstrup. I'm the Market Development Agronomist with Nutrient Ag Solutions, covering the West Central Illinois and Missouri Division. I'm here today to talk to you about one of our products, Accomplish LM. It is part of the biocatalyst portfolio that comes from Loveland Products. It is a product that is a fertilizer and nutrient enhancer. What it will do is help make the fertilizer that you apply to your field more plant available quicker in that season. So with that, it'll make the nutrients, you will get better utilization, and it'll be more efficient for what you are actually putting out onto your field. And with this product, there's actually biochemical reactions between it and the soil with the plant that will help with root development and causing those roots to grow quicker and more fuller and get to those nutrients that we're making more plant available. With these biocatalyst products, there are actually no living organisms in the jug. What it is we take the biochemicals from living microbes in a process and we excrete them and use them in the jug to help the microbes that are currently in the soil be more efficient as well. With these biocatalyst products, like Accomplish LM, you can use them in furrow, or you can spray them over the top by themselves, or you can mix them with any herbicides, fungicides, or other chemicals that you're putting on the field. And because of that, it makes it very efficient and easy to use and easy to handle throughout your entire operation to get it on the field in one form or the other. And with that, you can get better nutrient utilization out of the stover and the residue that are left on your field as well when applied over the top. So in summary, what this product allows us to do is it'll make the nutrients that you put on your field more plant available in that season to where it's more efficient and allow you to get better yields at the end of the day. If you have any other questions, please reach out to anyone at the Nutrient Ag Solutions, either sales representative or myself, and we will love to talk to you more about how we can better utilize these biocatalyst products like Accomplish LM in your farming operation to give you better yields with better nutrient utilization. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jack Fry from Biologic USA. I live in right here in Pittsfield, Illinois. Cover Western Illinois area for Biologic USA, and I'm here to talk about MicroApply Endoprime, which is an in-furrow application or a 2x2 application of mycorrhiza fungi. So mycorrhiza fungi is a soil-borne natural fungi that's already occurring in the soil, which we have depleted over the years through tillage and so forth. Endoprime is 4 species of mycorrhiza fungi, and they all have different benefits to the plant as well as the soil. So we put that in the soil at a 2-ounce rate, and it germinates from spores and stem particles, propagules. There are 90,000 propagules in a 2-ounce rate, and they germinate along with the corn seed and create a symbiotic relationship with the plant. When they germinate, they become these hyphae that attach to the roots of the corn, even the finest hair roots, and expand that root zone up to 50 times. So these hyphae will go out into the soil and to places where the corn roots cannot get to, and pull in nutrients as well as moisture, and they can store the moisture, and their relationship with the corn plant, if it needs it, it can find it in the hyphae that have gone out and pulled this in from places where it couldn't normally happen. So what we've seen is some pretty substantial yield increases in places, especially where there's stress or maybe lighter soils. And when you start getting drought, you'll see right to the row the difference in the roots in the plant. They'll stay green longer, whereas where you're starting to lose moisture and stuff, the other plants will start to stress and start to fire up and stuff. You won't see that so much with the mycorrhiza because what it's doing under the soil. And I want to show the difference in the untreated, which is on my right, and then the treated on the left, and show how the glomalin that it produces helps hold, between it and the hyphae, helps hold the roots kind of together better, where the soil will break apart from the untreated. So I'm going to tap these both on the ground at the same time. So here we go. So here you can see that the soil has stayed put for the most part on these roots. You can't hardly get it off, versus the untreated where it breaks away pretty readily. And that is the glomalin that it produces and the hyphae in there that have held that all together for good soil health and soil structure. So with that, I appreciate you taking the time to let me on this virtual tour, and thank you very much.